yes, I guess men's mental health, it's in the spotlight at the moment. What does it mean to you guys being able to have the conversation with your mates around that kind of subject?
Yeah, look, I think it's tough. It's a pretty big stigma for men to just not be able to generally talk about their feelings. A lot of guys, speaking about myself and probably a few of our other mates as well, find it really tough to kind of nail down on the hard issues that they're kind of facing. They might come to the conclusion that their problems aren't everybody else's problems, but in reality, your mates care about you enough that they want you to talk about these things. So yeah, I don't know, it's really an important discussion for us, I guess, and it's really important for us to have those friends to be able to have those discussions with. I think we're really fortunate to have those friends, and especially within our setting of like football and stuff like that. It's a lot of testosterone, a lot of...
There's a stigma around, I think, guys in sport particularly, that you're tough, you can take all these hits on the field, but you can break it down with someone and go to that next level, having a chat with them, and it's usually the toughest, hardest hitting guys on the field that have really got stuff going on, and I think with 2 Minute Mates, it's just breaking down that stigma of being able to approach someone and just ask how they're going. There are things that we don't see in everyday life that having a group of mates you play football with, you see them 3-4 times a week. You sometimes don't even see your mates outside of football that much, or family. So I think having that community, that network around you to support you is pretty huge.
Yeah, gridiron, it is a hard-hitting sport. It is a tough sport, so to say, but there's nothing more tough than someone talking about themselves and how they're feeling. So the whole 2 Minute Mates movement and initiative, you guys are totally on board with that, and I think it's a good way to get guys talking to other mates about how they're doing.
Yeah, I guess 2 Minute Mates, I think, started last year, or the year before maybe.
I think it was a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. Yeah.
Benjamin Lucas is obviously a core part of the Rebels and its history, and a lot of the culture that was in the club really started around him. And I guess from his own experiences started 2 Minute Mates, and I think in the last year it's probably become more at the forefront of what we're doing, obviously after losing one of our mates that we played football with. I always sort of knew about it, and I guess didn't think too much of 2 Minute Mates in the sense of it wasn't at the forefront of my mind, but I think after having that close connection with someone and having that loss, it really just hits home how important it is to check on your mates and having that conversation, and 2 Minute Mates is, it's a great movement. It's something that, this year it's on our jerseys as well, that we're having this round next weekend to support it, because we just really want to delve into those issues with guys and have that conversation that needs to be had.
Yeah, I think what Benny is trying to do is just kind of break down that wall a little bit. I think the approach is just phenomenal. And yeah, like he says, it only takes 2 minutes to kind of, be a friend, ask questions, be there for someone. It doesn't take too much out of your time to, check in on someone that could possibly need, a bit of comforting or just someone to kind of talk to. So, like Blake said, it kind of hit home for us a little bit over the last couple of months. So I think it's just a really important message that we're kind of trying to get across, not only now, but in the future too.
Yeah, and I think the way the club's gone about it now is we want to spread it across Gridiron New South Wales and to the wider sporting community, because I think I've been involved in a lot of sporting clubs over the years, and it's never been a topic of discussion. It's I think outside of this club and 2 Minute Mates happening, it's a discussion I haven't been a part of or had that community or network where it's been, I guess, socially accepted, or it's a bit of thing that's always put on the back burner. So I think as a club, if we can bring more awareness to it and spread the word of 2 Minute Mates, start with Gridiron New South Wales and spread it to other sporting teams and groups of mates. If we can do that, I think the Rebels have done something pretty successful this year, and that's something off the field that we sat down, us, yourself, Blue, and a few other guys, that we want to make change and make it happen. So that's sort of why we're on board.
And like what Benny's kick-started with 2 Minute Mates not only resonates with us and the Rebels, but the wider Gridiron New South Wales community, and just average blokes and dudes themselves, friends and family. So what does it take to become a 2 Minute Mate?
Not much.
You need some mates. You need 2 minutes, and you're done. So it's almost like 2-minute noodles. Actually, there's a few more steps. Not simpler than 2-minute noodles, but it's literally just having someone to talk to. You can have the relationship that I guess we have where we're best mates, or it can just be a guy that's just started playing for the team and you might just notice they're a bit down or something's a bit off, and just asking them how they're going. Like, it's so surprising how appreciative someone can be of just someone taking the time out of their day just to ask how they are, what's going on. And this year, there's a couple guys across the team and outside of this sporting team that I've asked a question to and got responses that I was quite shocked, I suppose, in some regards that stuff was going on. So
100%. And you don't realise it until you don't realise it yourself until it kind of is on the forefront of your mind. Like Blake said, there was a few guys that we had not a lot of interaction with outside of football, but once we started to get a little bit closer or see them every day, it's kind of like, how are you? Are you okay? No, generally, are you okay? You kind of seem a little bit down. What's wrong? And then the response you get back is, one, they kind of open up, and two, I completely forgot what I was going
I think it just lets people know that there's someone there. A lot of people can be just so closed off from the world around them because they don't have that shoulder or that ear to talk to, and then when you let them know that that's there and it's an avenue, and the great thing is then that conversation starts with them and someone else, and if it can continue to keep branching out and spread, that's what it's about. You ask someone and that someone asks someone, and those two people then ask someone. We've then created a community and a network of people just checking on each other, taking 2 minutes and asking the conversation.
I guess that's the beauty of it. It's not about slapping a label on mental health on someone wanting to talk. It's just generally having a chat with them and just following up on something they might have said earlier, or just checking in on them, kicking the footy around, and just hanging out and making sure that if they do feel like they need to talk to someone, it could just be that starting point where they go and seek professional help, or talking to a mate might be enough for them to work through it.
Yeah, exactly right. And like I said, this year really hit home to the team, and it's we can't thank Benny enough for starting 2 Minute Mates, because I guess without that we probably still wouldn't have maybe been so far in the front of our minds and knowing how to approach certain things. Having 2 Minute Mates is just made the conversation that much easier and just started the conversation. That's the hardest part, is starting the conversation. 2 Minute Mates has given us an avenue and a way to do that you can help someone. And it's huge, and I'm proud to say I've been part of it, and the club's a part of it now, and something that we'll continue to do for years to come. Create that community and that support network for guys and women. It's not. I guess it's not just guys either. I mean, it's women. It's anyone in life that just talk to someone, ask them how they're doing.
And if you want to let people know that you're a 2 Minute Mate, what do you do?